filming this the same day as the other one, but last Friday I watched The Capture of Bigfoot with my friend Manatee. We live streamed it and some people joined us and we had some fun. This one's from the 70s, I believe. It's from 1979, so almost 80s, late 70s. This one starts out with two trappers with sled dogs, and there's something in a box shaking, and then something kills them. You don't really see what yet. From there, you kind of, in town, they hear about something happening, and this one guy seems really interesting, and I think he's a logger. It kind of shows him he owns a bunch of stuff. He obviously has lots of money, which comes into play later. He is the one that ended up sending them out to get something. And of course, you learn later he wants Bigfoot. He wants to put it on display. It's the ninth wonder of the world, and he's gonna bring all kinds of tourists to the town. Game warden, and there's a sheriff, and the sheriff likes to talk in different characters. I think he was trying to do old Hollywood people like John Wayne and stuff. It didn't make any sense. The game warden is dating a woman that works at a restaurant who's taking care of her brother. The brother and one of her friends actually run into the Bigfoot and the little Bigfoot. It doesn't kill him. He kind of like waves at the little one, and the little one kind of waves back. But when they see the big one who's growling, they run away. And eventually, the guy who wants him hires a bunch of people. First, he hires these two people, and they go snowmobiling out in the woods, and they shoot the little one. And then the big one kind of comes after them, and they drive away on the snowmobile, and it picks up a snowmobile and throws it. They get back to town. He calls them an idiot, and he gets a big group of people, and he ends up using those two as bait. At the same time, he's tied up the sheriff and the game warden, I think it was. I mean, there was a lot of people, and the problem with the thing I saw was really dark. So it was like so many characters and stuff, but Bigfoot does start killing people, and it's like throwing them. It's actually pretty hilarious, like when it's tossing people around, because it's clearly like a dummy, and he just throws it. They kept calling it a him, but I have to assume it's a female if it has the baby or whatever. But it kind of goes back and forth. They end up fighting in a cave. The guy lets the Bigfoot out, and then he has a fight with the guy that was trying to capture it. It was like in a mine, and it blows up, and Bigfoot comes out, and there's Bigfoot and a baby Bigfoot. You haven't seen the baby Bigfoot since it was shot. I assumed it was dead, and then it's just there, like, hey guys. I kind of jumped all over. There was this long scene, like, where they're like almost setting up like it's a ski town. They mention it, but you don't really see it. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's just random footage of people skiing, being like, "Yeah, we're skiing, woo!" And then there's like a really long sequence with like a full disco party song with like this really close up zoom in on this girl wearing like a red pantsuit, and it's just zoomed in on her crotch and her butt as she dances. And that goes on for probably 3 to 4 minutes. And then it's never really mentioned again. It just goes back to those guys trying to get Bigfoot and those other people trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It's very confusing. It just seemed like a random scene that was in there. Overall, it's not a good movie. It's cheesy and shitty, and it's extremely dark. But I was entertained. I was laughing my ass off. Every time the Bigfoot threw someone or threw the snowmobile, the Bigfoot alone, which was not what you'd really expect. It was like more of a Yeti suit. I mean, some people say Yetis are not white, but most people know Yetis are whatever. Everyone considers Yetis white. So this Bigfoot and baby Bigfoot were just white. And it has this awesome poster, which hopefully I put at the beginning, of it holding a snowmobile with two guys and stuff. But it's nothing like that. It's a really shitty suit, but I laughed. Honestly, I'd give it a 3 out of 5 just because it entertained me, because how stupid it was. It was really cheesy, and just the vision of that guy in that suit throwing dummies is fucking golden. So it gets a 3 just for that. Go check it out. It's on YouTube.